Hey Saber fans, it's Aaron here, and I have a project that I have been putting off for quite some time. I had it installed with a Nano originally, and it's just not the same as Smooth Swing anymore, and I finally got an opportunity to just dive into it, and thankfully it was around the same time that the Proffie single switch solution came up, and I did it on this beauty right here. The 89sabers qui-gon. You might recognize it from my previous Nano video that I did for it. But yes, this is an absolute beauty. Now, I used the same chassis essentially. The board holder underneath that shroud right there is different, of course, so that it can hold a Proffie. But you'll see I have Steven pallet sides, if I said that right. I have his chassis, which has the speaker holder for 28mm. I can't do 24s, I'm sorry. That's a recharge port.
Use your instincts.
Now, I could take this shroud off and show you the board holder, but I'll just keep this short and sweet. The board holder I used for it was from RJT Custom Sabers, I think. His Shapeways page. It's got this nice little, it's two-piece section connected with a brass rod, and it actually swivels up. Actually, you can swivel like almost all the way there, but the board is laying flat. That way with the SD card sticking out. I did do a little modifying to it. That way I can actually remove the board, because originally the SD card and micro SD card would interfere with it. Also, the little column that sticks up for this to screw into, as well as the back plate, was interfering as well. So I kind of just carved a couple notches out there, and it sits so snug in there. I think I used professional plastic and it went great. But it's a NeoPixel setup, Proffie, single switch. NeoPixel lit blade plug. Super loud. This has the TCS, the Train Control Systems 28mm wow speaker. This isn't even running at max. So for your operation, you know what? I'm going to show you that with a blade in it. One thing that I really wanted to do was to make this set screw a lot bigger. So instead of the 3mm set screw that it comes with, I made it a 632. It doesn't interfere with the threading of the emitter lip. You can see it doesn't interfere with it. It's right there. I couldn't do an 832 because it would interfere. Now I'd rather keep those threads as snug as humanly possible. Throw a thin wall blade in here. Get this lit up for you. Oh, that shit lit, son. So, have a flicker green. So, single button operation. Tap it, turns it on. Tap it for blaster. Hold and slap for lockup. Force effects are pretty cool. Let's see if I can do this from this end. So you press and hold and twist it. I thought that was really cool. I was perfectly fine with no force effects, just for single switch operation. But for music, I'm going to show you that on the next font. Let's see. Showing you lockup, show you that. Press and hold for like 2 or 3 seconds. It goes down. To switch fonts, press and hold and let go.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
And press it to turn it on. Here's a nice pulsing green. I love it. And if you press and hold and release, you'll get the music. You can also turn it off. But who wants to really turn off Duel of the Fates? I mean, really. I'm just going to go through all the fonts. Might as well. The entire setup. I did it with 13 banks and 13 blade styles, one for each blade style. 13 is battery level indicator.
I foresee you will become a great Jedi Knight.
First 3 have quotes from Qui. And I really wanted to flicker blue for one of them. Mainly because this is the half flex font.
I will not turn.
I did the kind of the lime green for the Luke font for obvious reasons. Thought it was loose for a second, tripping me out.
Vengeance.
This one I really like how it turned out. It's a what did I do for the random LED flicker, I think? So it's almost like rain going nuts. For the music, I did the rain background music from Plector's CF7 full package. Just, it made sense. Gotta have that Vader on there, pulsing red. I think you all know where this is going. I have to have this on like every saber. It is just, God, I will never get used to how great this freaking blade style is. Plus the font too. It's so aggressive, so unstable, and that just takes the cake for me.
What is thy bidding, my master?
It's like he's disgusted. He hates him. I did a nice pulsing blue for this, going from a deep sky blue to a Dodger blue. It's like a pale blue to a kind of neutral blue.
The cyber project.
And we got green rain sizzle. It's qui-gon. Gotta have it.
Prototype 1.
Green flame blade.
Prototype.
Red flame blade. I love the flame blades. They're so cool. I like this one. I like the proffie version of the flame blade. Leaps and bounds better than the Plector, in my opinion. But, you know, we all have opinions. And this, I wanted to do a lightning blade similar to what I've done in the past. This is Shamim's Sacrifice font with the lightning blade that Tom Tillman made. So this is essentially how Plector will work for proffie. You still, it's the same thing as a Plector board, really. It really is. Really good motion sensing. You don't get spins. You know, unless you swing it, you're not going to get anything. Which,
CNC.
yeah, we have blade and or power level indicator. So. back to my first one. So yeah, I cannot give enough kudos for this single switch setup. It is just absolutely fan-flippin-tastic. Yeah. You know, I was puzzling myself with, whenever I was in the middle of installing this, I was like, wait a minute, how am I going to do this auxiliary switch setup? You know, I was kind of weighing my options, looking, and then out of nowhere, single switch setup. It exists now. And here we are, with a stupid loudspeaker. You want to talk about the full package? Oh man. Proffie NeoPixel with a TCS wow speaker. That is the package right now. You get the loudness, you get the smooth swing, you get the brightness. It's everything. The only thing that you could really ask for is color changing on the fly, editing the config. It's just user friendliness. If you don't care about SD card parameters and you know exactly what you want, you're going to be ruined with this. I really hope that Crystal Focus X can provide some competition for this. It won't be able to beat it, guaranteed, but it'll still be good, I'm sure. If this is Irv's response to Smooth Swing, then I'm very excited to see what is involved in that. But that's not what this is about. This is about the beauty of qui-gon saber. Those lovely deep grooves, got that beautiful knurled switch. Just everything about this saber. And the fact 89sabers, oh, they did such an excellent job on this. The pommel, it's got that nice raised lip around it. The venting is really good. Typical 89sabers. Their stuff is fantastic. In order to access the chassis, you remove this screw, and there's actually another screw underneath it. You can kind of see it right there, underneath the cover tech. So you remove this cover tech, which is hiding the second screw. You take off the shroud, of course, after you take off the pommel. Then there's another screw under there. Undo that, then the entire back cover plate comes off, and you have full soundboard access. So, and the switch that comes with it, it's fantastic. It's all one piece. You don't have no goofy crap going on like the Corbanth OWK or anything, where you got to switch on a PCB and you got to glue it on there and get it just right. Hated it so much. Never liked it. Terrible design. This is all one piece. You got 2 solder points on the back. You're good to go. The chassis, Steven does, it comes in multiple pieces. You have a piece that goes around right here that will help hold the switch in place, and it's the bottom holder for the battery. You have a top section that goes onto the top of the battery, and if you're using a Tri-Cree LED, you can, there's actually holes in that battery holder for you to route your wires through, which is really good design, honestly. For it being the NeoPixel adapter, it didn't work. It didn't sit snug over it because the barrier was too big. So, you know, I have barely over an inch of blade depth, about 1 1/8 right here. And, you know, I did get the NeoPixel module secured in place with an 18650. You know, I was very picky on this hilt because it's so amazing. You know, got to have a 28mm bass speaker. Got to have an 18650. Got to have a reasonable amount of blade depth. Granted, I don't plan on dueling with this, but I would like to have something to where I can swing it around and not feel like it's going to fly out. Got a nice little shine going on here. It's chrome. Love that chrome. I don't like the blade plug that comes with the 89sabers qui-gon. This is a, I guess you'd call it a third-party blade plug. Whatever. It's all third-party for custom sabers, right? Pretty much. And yeah, I really like it. This is my favorite saber from episode 1. I'm going to do another video tonight on my favorite saber from episode 2. And it is very rare and very expensive. It's about twice the cost of this. Watto's Junkyard Tusken Slayer. So I'm going to make that video now. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it offered a little bit of insight. Maybe some ideas. help you get around to installing your 89sabers. And I know of one particular person I have a commission with for this exact same setup. So I'm going to share this with him, and he's probably going to lose his shit. Pardon my French. But yeah, till the next time, Saber fans, may the force be with you always.